Hello.
Happy Monday.
As happy as a Monday can be.
Ooh, that was a lot of cha-cha. Shimmy, Jimmy.
Wait, Jimmy.
Welcome, everybody, to People Like Us Special Edition RuPaul's Drag Race All-Star Season 7 Review, Episode 6.
Henry.
Oh, my goodness. And as we've been doing every week, we're celebrating the next color in the rainbow for Pride Month, which has been super fun. So today is green. And we have our drink. I hope you do too. So raise your glass to a Monday with people like us. Look how cute our little drinks are. Cheers. Mine's a little different.
So cute.
Not surprising. Because mine looks a little bit different in color than yours, but that's just my life. Nothing is exact.
Okay. Well, maybe yours is right and mine isn't, but isn't this good?
Approved. And so if you guys want to know what it is, this is what we are drinking. It is our Hawaiian cocktail, the Green Iguana.
Green Iguana. I forgot my cherries.
I didn't. I just can't.
You have all the cherries. You have like
two. I have two. One there and one sunk. I need to get like that little stick that goes across. They make it really cute with that. I don't have bar stuff. But that's a.
Me neither. But this is really yummy. It's very easy to make. And I agree with you. We've been learning a lot of really yummy recipes and drinks.
Like, hey, bartender.
I love it. Yes. And a lot of the drinks have a similar ingredients that you use. It'll just be like one or two things that are off. So
I feel excited because I have a bar that's being built up like different. Like I have the blue curacao, and then I have what's the red stuff called? Oh, I just forgot what it's called. Grenadine, not Geraldine. Yeah, so I love it. So if you come to my house, I have options. I don't know if I'll remember how to make everything, but welcome to our show. Happy Monday.
Happy Monday.
Thanks for being on with us. I love you guys so much. So let's get right into it. So this was a really fun show. I had a blast watching this episode. I definitely think it was a gift, and it was for the people of our age group because we had a throwback to all things 90s, which was the best era ever. And on this episode, they had to do a TRL challenge girl group, two different girl groups. And of course, there was a little bit of drama in the picking of the groups, but so is drag, right? They wouldn't be. I mean, I was like, oh, look, drama, because they've had very little this season. So that was interesting to see.
I do want to say this, though. It's funny to me how they have such thick skin and like they laugh at each other's,
drama.
Yeah, like, well, not only drama, like they'll just throw jabs at each other, and then it's so funny because they're like, they laugh like, haha, that's a good one. And I love that because I didn't expect that, honestly,
because that's who we are.
It is who we are, and that's funny because I didn't expect to see that on the show.
So here's what I'll say about that point.
That's how we communicate. We will say the meanest things to each other, and then it's like, oh man, that was good. That was a good one.
Yeah, but I will say this. This is because they are at this level of professionalism and this many years of experience. When you watch a regular season, the girls are newer. They don't take it as lightly, and that's why the drama is usually much bigger. These girls are they're it. This is how it should be. Like a drag room is supposed to be full of catty, ridiculous, like, oh, you gonna wear that? Like, I love that. So, yeah. And I thought that Vivian was so funny. She's like, I don't like the fact that I was just my group was just chosen for me. And they're like, do you want to come over here? She's like, no, I just wanted to make a point about the fact that.
Yeah, I just wanted to let everyone know. I don't think that's right.
And she's not wrong. And she's not wrong.
Literally, like, moving on.
So let's show the girl group. So these were our two groups that we had. So this was the way that it split. There wasn't a ton of pictures up online, so I couldn't get into like quality of pictures and all that, but this is our groups. Okay, so we had two different songs. We had Titanic was the group on the right, and I forgot the name of the group on the left.
Misters.
The Misters. Oh no, yeah, the groups were called the Misters, and this group was called the Other Girls.
Yeah.
And they were doing two different songs. Titanic was the girl on the right, but I don't remember the song on the left. It doesn't matter. So what did you think overall? Like, I don't know how you want to break this down. Like, how do you want to go through it? Because we're not going to go girl by girl, but overall,
Okay.
what'd you think?
So my favorite group. I'm a storyteller. So I love when I understand the story of something.
Yeah.
And I absolutely loved what did we say their names were again?
The other girls.
The other girls. I liked the story. It was like they were basically just banned from all the other girl
I
groups,
think it's
right? So
brilliant.
there are a bunch of misfits that got together, and it's supposed to be really bad, and they're not good, which is why the other girl bands didn't want them. But it was so funny. I loved the comedy behind it.
It was so good. The whole thing was super entertaining. Of course, we have our what we say, Carson Gailey.
Our Carson Gay, he did so good. It was so funny.
He did so good. And I'll tell you, my husband was watching it and he didn't realize that the clips were from MTV because he didn't know about TRL. He's like, wow, there's a lot of people there this week. I'm like, they're not there. That's
He's
from
so
30
cute.
years ago.
I love that they did that. I thought it was so cute that they
The
had
editing
like
was brilliant.
audience clips. And I will say this, I'm not gonna lie, when I was watching it, you're kind of transported. It felt like I was
Oh,
watching like real girl band like
yeah.
groups. Like it was awesome.
Yeah, I thought some of them were really, really stronger than others. As a whole, I agree with you. I like the second group more. I thought Monet killed it.
She
I thought
did good.
she could be in her own girl group.
Yeah, she was actually doing like giving the vibe of like, it was
Totally killed it,
really
from her
good.
lyrics to her hair to the
So her
motion.
movements, yeah, she did good.
Yeah, Monet definitely stood out for me. So that was the groups challenge. And then we get probably one of my absolute favorite runways of all time, because we get none other than a tribute to Miss Dolly Parton. And I don't know about y'all, but I love me some Dolly. And
Everybody loves
so
Dolly, whether they know it or not.
if you didn't love Dolly, it's because you haven't sat with her. There's nothing not to love. She's
So
so
when we
fun.
went the other day to lunch, we just had she's so amazing.
When me and Dolly hang out, like, I
Yeah.
feel very connected. And so
Oh my goodness. Yeah. I'm so happy that we're basically related. Did- Don't know if you knew that, but she's like, yeah, oh my God, she's like my aunt.
well, I will tell you this. I went down a Dolly rabbit hole this last couple of days. I've been watching her performances. I've been watching music videos. Like, I liked her.
You're so extremist. It's so funny to me. I'm like, that does
Dolly's
not
number
surprise
one
me
hit.
at all.
I Googled to see if she was going on tour. I
There's something.
swear.
Listen, nothing against Dolly. I love Dolly, but there's something wrong with you. You are so
I
extremist.
was like, she's 76. There's not a lot of time left. If she's going on tour, I have to go now.
Why are you trying to kill her? You want to go to Dolly World? I want to go to Dolly World. She's
What?
like, she's gonna die tomorrow. I need to see her today.
What'd you say? Do I want to go where?
To Dolly World.
Of course, I'm booking
No, it's
the
Dolly
flight.
World. I changed the name.
Let's go.
She's gonna yell at me when she calls.
So we're gonna go queen by queen as we always do. But Pookie, what'd you think overall of the runway? What did you love the idea?
I loved it. I thought I think they did a really good job at bringing their personalities into, what they were trying to bring out as far as like looking like Dolly.
Yeah.
Um, I had my favorites, obviously, but I loved it. I thought it was super cute. They all did. I think they all really did a good job, though. And I like that they all picked different ones,
Yeah.
like different eras of Dolly, not different ones, but like different eras. I thought that was cool.
There was one season that they had to do Madonna, and 4 of them had the same outfit. It was like,
Oh,
no, this can't be a thing. Like, yeah. So, but let's dive in. So we had, starting up with Miss Monet Exchange, which I thought, this was so good because, I mean, and I love that they showed the picture of Dolly, because it's not our fault. We're not going to know every Dolly reference, but I thought this looked great. I thought it was well done. I loved it.
no, she looked amazing.
And if you were to look at her social media, she literally showed the pieces of fabric that her family members helped her creating this. And it is a lot of fabric. It is a lot of fabric. So
You
Bob
see,
shared that Monet.
I like this wig better than the one she was wearing on the runway.
Yeah, it.
That is the one thing for me that I didn't love.
Yeah. So see what I know is that these pictures are not taken at the same time. Obviously, they're either taken before or after, and it's almost like they edit it. They're like, "Oh, I should have done." I think it's an afterthought, and they're like, "If I could have done it better because of how they saw it." Anyways, but Bob.
Yeah, because this right here is flawless.
Yeah. Bob,
Even like the necklace was a little heavy in the other one, and this, I think she looks like 10 times better.
Yeah, the pictures to me are looking better. They've never done this before. I've never seen the queens do it like regularly.
Can we really, really quick, just half a second? Can we admire the leg?
The whole leg.
That is a sexy leg. I don't care who you are, what you like, that is a sexy leg right there.
That is a lotioned, smooth,
sexy thickness and all her beautiful legs. My leg right there.
I was going to tell you, Bob the drag queen shared on his review that Monet is like almost 6 feet tall as a man. So then you add this much heels, and this had a train behind it. So the amount of fabric that it needed to create that big of a train, like that's a heavy duty fabric. So yeah, good job. So we liked it. We liked it. And then we got Miss Trinity, which okay. So outfit wise, even hair wise, this was amazing. I feel like Dolly would wear exactly what she's wearing. Something happened with the makeup. Like she didn't have enough time. The whole face. Like if you look at a quality, like a zoomed in picture, her under eye is so wonky. It made her eyes all, I mean, aside from the whole whiteness, Trinity, you're my girl. You've been my favorite week after week. And I was excited to see you in yellow, but I was like, you look kind of like Jokerish. Like it looked crazy, but
I know, I do. I love Trinity. I think she's beautiful. I think for me, she's killed every single week. But
I want to know. I hope she releases it. I feel like something happened. They were rushed. They ran out of time.
But yeah, no, because it's not only is it like, oh, what happened? It's not her pattern.
Correct.
It's not her pattern. She's exquisite the way she does her makeup and her hair.
So this is surprising.
And then this picture does not help. Could you not find another picture?
Guys, I'm telling you, something happened this week where the girls did not post their pictures and the blogs were not. I was like,
that picture makes it worse.
I had to wait till today to find some of these pictures. There was none. But let's show the pictures that she did after with the cleaned up makeup.
Oh. Ahí está.
Yeah.
Hello. How are you?
Like, focus specifically on the lip. Look at the messy lip. Like, the lip was too crazy. Like, this is good.
This is jokery, and I am thinking, the ventriloquist dolls. What do you call? Are the dolls? The dolls are not called ventriloquist dolls. What are they called?
The person is a ventriloquist. It's a dummy.
But if you look at that area, and it's you see, like it's, I don't understand because she's so beautiful, and then again, that picture is just off. It makes it worse. But look at her, how beautiful, and then the light glows.
Yeah, look at this, and look at the hair there. Oof, it looks so good.
I guess she's beautiful.
Yeah, and really I love how most of them walked out very kitschy, like they were all doing their little country bumpkin. It was so cute.
Can we admire the fact that she's on hay and the barn is the backyard? I think that's so cute.
Is that not how you sit on hay with your heels?
Oh yeah, when I go visit my aunt at her farm, that's what we do. Yeah. Just for fun.
So let's move on to Miss Shake. Oh no, I'm out of my drink. This is going to be a long night. Listen, what incarnation?
Yeah, I did not.
What in the George Washington Congress bill signing wig is this? I was like, what? Aside
No,
from the fact
I
that it's
didn't like
white,
it.
not blonde, it's like poofy. It literally looks like the men who wrote the Constitution. And then this terrible color. I hate, if you're gonna do a nude illusion, you ladies have money. It needs to match. This is so ugly. This dusty brown on your chest and then chocolate brown all the way. I hate it. I hate it so much. And she does too. You want to know how I know that? Because look at her professional one. She took it off. Of course she took it off because it looked terrible.
Okay, go back a minute. Look at the makeup again. Look at what
Oh,
we were talking about.
even again, the lip. This, I know you wanted to do Dolly, and so you did a red lip, but you looked and you were like, yeah, this is a better lip and a better. They're the
And the
pictures.
hair, yeah. She didn't
Even
have
though
that
the hair
big
is still
necklace.
wrong, there it was styled.
Yeah.
Yeah, and again, like I know that you're allowed to pick whichever Dolly you want, but like I would have never picked this doll. This was like Dolly going to a party where she was going to be Sandy from Grease. Yeah. So Shay, and you know, I'm so sad because Shay, if you were to watch Shay's seasons, Shay was one of the ones that I was like the top tier expecting, and I'm like I'm just not loving Shay in this season. So yeah, better here,
well,
but still,
much better. I mean, she's
yeah.
beautiful. So, but yeah, I agree with you. And maybe they will release what happened, that maybe they were like thrown on there, like,
Was
hurry
there
up,
a storm going on in the middle of the work?
Yeah, I don't know, maybe.
Yeah, it's a little crazy.
Yeah.
But let's move on to Miss Raja. What did you think of Raja?
I loved her dress. Her dress was beautiful. She had something going on in her eyes
That she looked
that,
crazy.
right? I was like, why does she look cross-eyed or something
I
like,
believe that most times when queens do too much white under, it gives a space between the line of their eye and the under, and it gives like cartoonish, weirdish. I rarely like it.
well, I mean, I I don't know much about that, but I kept looking at her and I'm like, why
Yeah.
does her eye, and it's almost like, and I've seen her plenty of times, so I know she doesn't have any type of issues. So I do believe it did have something to do with the makeup. The
Yeah.
dress was absolutely beautiful. Um, I didn't really love the hair too much, honestly speaking, but overall she looked good.
So my thing with this is I think we also have to remember, first of all, Raja is not a female impersonator, like impersonating a Dolly. You know, she does her own kind of drag. So this was so out of her box that she got extra points for me. Like and if you watch the after show, she like, I got hips and I got boobies, and like that's not her thing, you know? So she was in a whole nother playing field. So I give her that. The other thing is remembering that drag is not supposed to be zoomed in. And I think that it's really hard when you're doing drag for TV, and drag for shows is different. If you look there on the left where you're not zoomed in, it's a whole different view of it. And it has to do with painting for a drag show in a club with dark lights and yada yada. So, but yeah, I had fun with it. I love that she did the nails things because Dolly always clacks her nails. You know, I don't know if you know
That
that,
is
we're friends. She told me about her nail clacking, but
Yeah,
you know,
well, we sing to it.
yeah,
She makes beats and then we
yeah,
sing to it, but
yeah.
on the hay by the barn.
Oh, you guys did that? Oh, okay. I was there when she brought it up and created it. So,
Mm,
yeah.
yeah.
The hair was extra and crazy, I do agree, but I
She
it
looks
was,
beautiful and I
yeah.
love the dress. I would have just toned the hair down just a little bit, but asking a drag queen to bring anything down or tone anything down, it's like wishful thinking.
Yeah.
So thank
Yeah.
you.
So then we go on to this masterpiece, in my opinion. I cannot get enough of how amazing the Vivian did on this challenge and how she is now, like, I know you've been like rooting for her. She has gone to the top of not just this season, but in my eyes, she is one of the best queens of all seasons, and it's showing. This is exquisite. This is amazing. And
I
I know you
agree.
called it early, but like, I love it so much.
I just feel like there's a like a delicacy to her,
A
and
refinement.
there's just something about her. I
Yeah.
mean, it has to be the tea and crumpets, but it does. It carries through when she's
The bangers
doing.
and mash.
Gosh, it's so funny. I was dying. But yeah, I think she looks absolutely beautiful. The color of the dress, the makeup, the hair. I think she nailed it.
I will say this as well about the makeup. It's so crazy because this is how she came out. And
Hmm.
when she went backstage, she touched up her makeup in such a way that it became
Hmm.
she touched up her makeup in that mirror like I'm gonna perfect it. And again, I think that's it. I think it's they
Yeah,
didn't have enough time. And she went it like the difference between this and this is just 10 more minutes of blending. Look at the cheek line. This looks so good. So
yeah,
yeah, she killed it for me. This was amazing. Amazing, amazing,
yeah.
amazing.
I love those. She was beautiful.
And then we have Miss Jada Essence Hall, which again, guys, there was like no pictures of Jada. What's happening, people? Post the pictures so we can do the show. But yeah, Jada came out, which I thought it was fine. It looked very jolly, and she had the boobage, and she had the bounce, and she, was extra with them. I thought it was fine. I didn't hate it or love it, but it was good.
She's so cute to me for some reason.
She's
Like she's
very nice, very entertaining. You want to be her friend. Like, I like
yes,
buena
I'm like she's
gente.
so cute. Like I just feel like I don't know, like I agree. It's like, oh, okay, like there's nothing major, there's nothing, but you're like, oh, you look so cute. Okay, girl, you did good.
Yeah. And so I did find a couple more shots there. This is all I got for Miss Jada. But yeah, again, like it was good. It was good. I can't say
Yeah.
nothing bad about it. But and then I think this is hilarious. The way Jinx walked that entire runway, being ridiculous, like to the max. Like
She was on perform mode.
I love Jinx so much. If you
I know
haven't,
you do. You're Team Jinx, like from day one.
I I literally was like Team Jinx, and I wish I could make you go back and watch every season of the past. Jinx had a really hard run in her season. She was treated like the misfit, like you're not gonna win, you're garbage. Like she was mistreated, and then she won. And the years that have passed and she's won, she's giving this stage for her that she's being given this much praise. I'm so happy for Jinx because she's always been this talented, but she's really getting to showcase it now without having to fight against the current.
Yeah.
This is hilarious. I thought this was so funny.
No, it was good. It was good.
And then
She's
of
so
course, again, look at the wig. Though look at the wig, this wig,
yeah.
and then
Versus
look
the
at that
other
wig.
way.
Like, yeah, it's a lot better. But
She
she was
looks
good.
good.
Yeah.
She's so fun. And she's a great actress. So a lot of the looks, what I like about her is that it's not just a look. She turns them into like a persona, and she does
Yeah.
something theatrical that kind of like wins you over.
She doesn't know how to turn that off. That's who she is. Like it's
But
so good.
that's what, but that is for me, the essence of a true entertainer. Like you don't shut it off. It just comes
Yeah.
out in different ways, but that's awesome.
The challenge is how do you implement it into today's challenge or whatever, but still it's who I am. So
Yeah, that most people would have to think about how to do that. And for someone like her, I feel like she just is.
it's so good. And then I believe last but not least, we have Miss Evie super freaking oddly. Let me tell you how this was like if Dolly Parton was on crack. Like this was so scary, and so I still think it was great. And for Evie, again, somebody who doesn't do interpretations of women characters, it's just her own drag. The way her body was shaped and everything, and she did her little e-hall stances and stuff like that. So I give her all the praise, but she herself said it. If you want to be creeped out, watch this and watch it on mute. Because she's like, I know it looks crazy, but why y'all keep making me come out and drag like this? This is not my drag, but it's crazy.
There's something so captivating about her.
There
And
is.
when I first started watching, I was like,
¿Qué le
what
pasa?
what is that? Like what like it wasn't even like what is she doing? Or no, I was like, what is it?
I
Like
can
I had
totally
no
see
idea what I was looking at.
that.
And I have honestly fallen in love with her. I
Yeah.
think that her boldness and her just
Uniqueness.
genuine, she just
Yeah.
and I think I said this a few episodes back. I feel like she has to be on a show by herself. Like I don't think that she is on an equal level of playing field, and it's because she's so different.
Yeah.
She's so different. I mean, in the best way possible, even when it's crazy, she's got something. And that's why she's, in this competition. Obviously, everyone sees it.
Yeah.
But she's so crazy. The way that she even walks, she was like walking out of the stage, like
It
she's a
was on
whole
another
other.
level. Yep.
Mhm.
Yep. And I think you're right. That's why Evie won, because everybody that was competing with her, they were all good. But when you put the other three people that were competing with her in her season and her, she was so different that she stood out by default.
Yeah.
And I actually just recently uploaded on my TikTok at Thinking a New Thought videos from the Vegas trip that I went to. And I forgot that Evie was one of the cast members that I saw in Vegas back in November. And again, if you watch just the clips I updated, whole different world. She is a queen of her own, like beat
Yeah.
and drum, and I think she's
Yeah.
amazing. I
Yeah.
wanted to
Yeah.
show more of the bodysuit of Dolly just because I thought it was fun, and then there's a little bit more of her
Go
edited
back.
pictures.
Go back because you haven't done that with any of the other ones. I'm like, oh my God, she looks just like her.
She's my friend. I love Dolly so much.
No, but I thought it was a side by side.
Oh, you thought the left was Evie. You're like, wow, she did look like.
I'm like, oh my God.
These are just Dolly, guys. I'm so sorry. I know it's confusing because you thought that was Evie. Those are both Dolly. And then that's Evie.
Okay, that's more like it.
Yeah. So,
And see, her makeup is better here too.
of course. Yeah. Everything's
Yeah,
different when
I
you have
agree with you. I
time.
think I think it's different for the photographs. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I
And
don't think you can see it.
if you watch the after show, it's called Untucked. It's a separate series, but it's called Untucked. It's the after show. They said that they had to write, record, and perform in 3 hours. And the artist that was the judge, she was like, some people take 3 weeks to write a verse of the song. Like it's a lot that they are put through. So we're watching a 50-minute show and forget like these girls are like going through it. Like they're in boot camp of drag. So or
Yeah.
the Olympics of drag now. So and then just a quick glance at Miss RuPaul's 90s look. Again, I couldn't find a picture, and I'm so mad because her body yaddy yaddy this week was so good. I loved it. But that's
That
Ru.
is so funny. She looks like a Barbie doll.
She looked like a
Remember
90s
the Barbie
Barbie.
doll that like yeah, the Barbie commercials and she's so pretty.
Yeah, it's so good. And so who was your top two? Who did you love out of the dollies, out of the performances? Who would you have put in the top two?
Okay, so do you have a side by side of all of them?
I don't. So if you don't know who you love, that's okay.
No, I like to like it was hard for me because I
I could do
think
this, or I could do this.
but no, but what are we
Just your
are we
top two for the whole show.
wait, but did you say who you loved most about these two?
Out of the two
Yeah.
groups,
Yeah.
yeah,
Which
yeah,
one
the
did you like?
same as you. I
The
like the
same
other
as me?
girl.
Okay, so we agree on the group.
Yeah,
And I'm gonna the Vivian is
the
like top
Vivian,
for me.
clear winner. Yes.
Yeah, the Vivian for me, it's like amazing. And then, hmm, which one? Which one? I think I'm gonna go with Monet.
I would have given it to Monet also. Yes. I would have given it to Monet. Jinx was close, but Monet's runway, I think, was higher elevation than Jinx's, so I give her more points. And on that performance, so yeah, that's what I would have done. That's not who Ru chose, but Pookie, that's great. That means you get the show now because you're agreeing with me, and that means you're right. So
No. That means that you finally have some sense in what you're doing.
Oh, okay. You're teaching me to calm down. Got it. So Ru shows us who our top 2 is, and we have
this crazy girl. I can't deal with her.
I love that this was the picture I found because I was like, "Yep, that's a great picture."
That's what happened.
This is what happened. If you missed it, this is what you missed.
You don't even have to watch it. This is exactly what happened.
Oh my God. I think it's so funny. And so I will tell you, this lip sync for me was, again, speaking of the Vivian, a masterclass in
performing.
But what's the word I'm looking for? When you imitation, like when you're like every gesture, every little wink and hair move and little way she would go out with her hands, and oh my God, it was so good. And I watched all of Dolly's performances of this song. It's like she studied it too. She studied Dolly. And I will tell you, the moment that I believe the Vivian won this whole thing, the moment is this moment right here. That little, the little pushing of the boobs together and the little wink. Let's see it again. One more time. It's so good. It's so. I cannot tell you how many times I've watched this performance.
Oh my God! Stop it!
Oh my God, the video's gonna get flagged because of the song and everything. YouTube is gonna block the video. I'm sorry, guys. I'll work on debating it with them. Oh, it's so good. Okay, I'm done.
Oh my God! Stop it!
It's so good. It's so good. But that, I swear to you, that's the moment she won the whole thing. The whole thing was good, but that was in the first like 10 seconds. That little wink to Ru, it was so good. It was so good. And Evie looked insane the whole time. It's literally like she was doing Dolly on drugs. I have no idea what she was doing, but
she was just being herself.
She looked.
She was just being herself in a Dolly costume.
She was like, "Well, this is fun."
I loved it. No, the Vivian to me, I mean, I said it. I was like, she's underrated. I think she's very, very talented, and this proves it. She's a really good performer.
So we failed to mention at the beginning of the show, 2 of our queens had an extra star to give away, and we weren't sure how they were going to go about it. I knew somebody was going to give Evie one because she had none, and had no idea who the second one would go to. And of course, they gave it to Jada Essence Hall, who we love, and so does Jinx, so that makes sense. So our new scoreboard that we have now is here, which is very interesting because basically everybody has one, and now we have Evie, Jada, and Jinx with 2. And so RuPaul reminds us that this is the halfway point. So we're 6 episodes in, we got 6 more to go. I don't know if that means we just have 5 more before the finale, which would make sense. And it's the top 4 runners. So the competition is going to get really, really intense for the next couple of weeks because literally it's anybody's game right now. And that was proven because last week Evie had 0 and now she has 2. So she's at the top spot with everybody else. But do you have any idea or have you thought about any predictions of who your top 4 that will make it to the finale will be? Like we're at the halfway point.
Put the girls back on.
Put the girls back on.
Yeah.
Let's
do
that.
All right. Yeah, I have to see them because then I remember like performances and stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
Definitely the Vivian. I think Jinx for sure. Monet. And
it's so hard.
It is. I'm stuck between Trinity and it's so good. I'm like, I can't judge people. I'm too indecisive. I think Shay.
So I want, obviously, Jinx and the Vivian are my top two right now. They're my top two. And then I'm trying to think of number 3 and 4. And then I don't know how the finale will play out, but I'm saying my third would go to Trinity, because if I look at the whole competition as of right now, she's been killing it. So I give it to Trinity. And then I was stuck on my fourth one too. I like so many of them, but I'm going to guess at our halfway point of this show that Raja is going to be the fourth one to go to the top 4.
Raja?
Yep.
Why?
I just think that we're going to get a little less of acting going on. Like next week, the preview showed it's a sewing challenge and she's going to excel at fashion again. I don't know. I just think that it makes sense storyline wise. Like she's the oldest one to return and all of that. It's like you have the Vivian, the international queen, Raja, the oldest queen in there, and then 2 veterans that are being, I don't know. It could be, it's anyone's game. That's the reality. But those will be my top 4. As of now. Let's see if it changes next week. So
Okay.
It's definitely very hard to call. But I do think no matter what, Jinx and the Vivian, they've definitely secured their way.
Yeah, those two, I really, really think that they're gonna make it all the way to the end, because I would be really surprised if they don't.
I'd be shocked. Yeah.
They've been very consistent. I think they've been very, very consistent in how well they do, the performances, the creativity behind what they're doing. I mean, except Jinx can't sew, but it's okay. We'll glue stuff on for her.
Yeah, which is interesting because last week or this week, so she blocked the Vivian last week, and the Vivian got her back and blocked her this week. And then on the preview, she was like, "Hey, Vivian, do you wish you'd block somebody else now that you know it's a sewing challenge because you wasted your block?" She's like, "I'm not gonna win this."
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but really good show. I'm really enjoying watching. I love watching it with you because this is something we've not really ever been able to share together. So I love it. And before we go, I love to see if there's any bonus material out in the world to share with you guys. So I wanted to share that recently Vogue magazine, and I'm loving this. I love that all these big name companies are picking up Drag Race girls and giving them opportunities. It makes me really happy. So Vogue magazine, the fashion brand, decided to do an edition where they remade famous old covers. And so each girl did one. And so we're just going to show them to you guys. So here's the Vivian's, which I think is super cool. Very, very cool.
That's
and
awesome.
Undeniably her face, right? Like very, very cool. Very cool. And then here is Miss Jinx, which I love because she updated the flag to include the more updated colors, and then she still did her own thing. And her caption, I don't have it here to read to you guys, but it had something to do with Pandora's box and how she said, when you open Pandora's box, everyone focuses on everything that came out of it, all the jealousy and envy and all that. She goes, but you guys forget that in the box, hope remained. And I was like, that's beautiful. Like, I love that.
Beautiful.
Yeah, so I'm paraphrasing, but go to her Instagram and you can read about it. And then here's Miss Shea Coulee. So cool, so fashion. Like, I love this.
That is very fashion forward.
I love all of it. I have a fascination with neck. Like, this whole structure here makes me really happy. I love it.
I don't love the headpiece, but
I think she was going for obviously trying to mock the original where it covered completely in white, but she could have just been completely bald black-headed and it would have been fine too.
I think it would have made a bigger statement.
Yeah.
But what do I know? I'm not an editor of Vogue.
Hey, but that was good. That was a very good point. Yeah, she could have just let her luscious skin glow on that. That would have been really
cool. I mean, she looks, I love everything about it, but I'm like, why? Yeah. But whatever, maybe she didn't have a choice.
Yep. And then here's Miss Raja, which I thought this was really cool because she literally redid it. And we know that Raja loves fashion and loves Vogue. So this was really a cool choice of redo, but I loved it.
I do. I like that, actually. I love that you can see her face through it.
Yeah, me too. Very cool. And then this is awesome, which is Evie. Oh, this is so Evie. I love this. This is showing who Evie is. She's not Dolly Parton impersonator.
See, this is what I mean. The other one, like, this is a recreation that speaks volumes to me. Yeah. I think it's beautiful. Not only does she look beautiful, I love the incorporations of, herself into that.
Yeah, and one of my favorite drag queens of all time, of course, is TP Lords, and she has something that she does like this with flower looks, and it just reminded me of her too. It's really, really cool the way the colors, and I love that she didn't. I love that she didn't try to do the same face. She still did Evie, the green and the or like yeah, she
Yeah,
stamped herself on it. Very cool.
she looks beautiful.
And then Trinity, which was so cool too. Love this, so beautiful.
She has a classic look to her.
Yeah, she's what I wish I looked like in my head as a drag queen.
How funny. She
You're
just,
like,
yeah, she's very poised and
oh,
elegant, and that comes out in all of her performances and her pictures. Like she's just very, very beautiful.
I love you, Trinity. I think this is fabulous. I love it so much.
She does look fabulous.
And then here's Jada Essence Hall. I don't understand what I'm looking at, like how this is a recreation. Not even the same color. I don't get it. Not even the same brow. I'm like, okay, you look pretty, but like I don't know what it has to do with that cover. It's not even the same lip. I don't know what they did there.
I mean, the only thing I can think of is the focus of the red lip is her whole dress. You know what I mean? But I wish she would have done like different eyes. I don't think those eyes go well with the dress. I mean, in her hair, I think maybe she's doing like, representation of like the wing liner or something. I don't know. I agree with you though. I don't think it's very good.
I think
She
it's the
looks
worst.
good.
Yeah,
She
she
looks
looks great.
good. Her makeup looks really good, but I don't like it as a replica of the
Yeah,
colors.
I mean, and she's wearing Ivy
I
Park
mean,
by Beyonce. I just don't think it looks like the cover. Like if this wasn't a
no,
comparison, it was just a picture, I'd be like, yeah, she looks amazing.
yeah,
Um, and then we have this, which was so good, Monet, so good. I wouldn't have
killed
done
it.
the pearls because I like exact details. I would have done, the exact. I would have put both hands up and put the
I
bracelets on.
love everything about it.
I love
I wouldn't have changed a thing because it's her coming through that picture. So
yeah,
she recreated it. Everyone has had their own little twist into it, and she's no different. She looks beautiful. She looks classy. She looks elegant, but like very curvaceous. Like I love it. I think her hand on her butt is exactly where she wanted it to be. That's
yeah.
where the attention is going. I think she looks great. She looks beautiful.
Well, I agree that she must because Miss Oprah herself, gave her a moment. Oh my God. And said, thank you for choosing to recreate my Vogue magazine cover in honor of Pride Month. This deserves a legendary legend star, if I do say so myself, Monet Exchange. That's awesome.
I love it. Can you imagine?
I would lose my mind. And then I love Monet's response. RuPaul, if you can't listen to Oprah, how are you going to listen to anybody else? Can I get an amen? It's like, give my damn
I
star.
love it. I think that's such an honor to have someone, especially of that caliber like Oprah, to actually not only watch what you're doing because hello, you don't think people are watching you in
Sure
that
don't.
capacity, but love it and give you a shout out and tell you how amazing you did. I mean,
Super
that's
cool.
great. Yeah.
Super cool. So this wraps up our review, our People Like Us special edition RuPaul's Drag Race All-Star Season 7, Episode 6 review. I hope you
Why
guys will
did
join
I
us.
say 7?
It's Season 7.
Oh, I just threw
All-Star
myself
Season
off.
7.
I was like, wait a minute.
Call the
What we
editor.
going?
So I hope you guys will join us again tomorrow evening for our regular show, 8 p.m. Eastern time, like we are every week. We've got lots to talk about, and we're excited to
Yes.
hang out with you guys live. I don't have any more drink left to cheers you guys, but I hope you guys enjoyed our green night. And
Yes, it's
what's our
gonna be.
color
I'm super
tomorrow?
excited. I'm excited about tomorrow as well. It's gonna be a really, really, really interesting and fun show. So you guys have to tune in. And I still have drinks, so I can cheers.
And tomorrow's all things blue. So join us in blue. We'll post it on our Instagram, the drink and everything. I love you guys. Thank you for hanging out with us, and I hope you have a great
Thanks for
night.
watching.